With Destiny 2 Lightfall dropping February 28th, it could not be a better time to hop back into the world of Destiny. The war has reached a boiling point, and there is a ton to unpack with new content and quality of life changes that were much needed for the game. Let's hop in and find out why now is the best time ever to hop back into Destiny 2. The Witness is finally here. After many seasons and expansions mentioning the Witness and what they're doing behind the scenes, we finally come face to face with the puppeteering master in Destiny 2 Lightfall. The saga between darkness and light have reached a tipping point with the new expansion, and it'll be very exciting to see what happens to the Traveler while also experiencing how strong the Witness truly is. Along with the Witness's appearance is the resurgence of a familiar foe in Callus. After defeating Callus in the Leviathan raid, he makes a power-hungry return to the battlefield as one of the Witness's disciples. Having such a strong and iconic foe returning to the fight brings a lot of excitement and curiosity in regards to how our next encounter with Callus will be. With new, terrifying antagonists joining the fight, it's only right to fight back with something new ourselves. That comes in the form of a new darkness subclass called Strand that is harnessed through the Guardians themselves. Strand may look like poison, but it's more of a Matrix-like arsenal that allows the Guardians to manipulate the Strand threads that exist everywhere around you. Joining the party with the Strand subclass are unique abilities for each Guardian class that gives players a variety of abilities within Strand. Hunters manipulate Strand by wielding a roped spear that emphasizes fluidity and movement for the hunters. Titans get to wield double blades with a berserker super that lets them impose their will on enemies and dominate the landscape. Last but not least, the Warlocks are master threaders, with their power being able to send out threadlings that will spread and wipe out large areas of enemies. The other exciting aspect of the Strand subclass is the new Strand grappling ability. Each Guardian will have the ability to replace their grenade slot with the grapple, allowing players to traverse the world in a completely new way. Grappling isn't just for traversal though, as it allows Guardians to use it in combat to close distances and deal massive melee damage to enemies. Strand feels like a blend of the Matrix meets Spider-Man, and woo baby, does that get me excited just thinking about it. A proper expansion wouldn't feel right without a new place or planet to discover. Destiny 2 Lightfall doesn't disappoint with the lost city of Neomuna located on planet Neptune. It is a thriving, cyberpunk-looking metropolis that is the showpiece for the war between light and darkness. With tons of verticality throughout the city, it will be a perfect showcase for the grapple hook to feel fun, engaging, and necessary. Neomuna's bright neon lights, tall skyscrapers, and plenty of platforming make it poised to stand out from other locations within Destiny 2 and give players something fresh and fun with their new location. While there's new and familiar faces for the antagonists, we also get some new faces for the Guardians as well. Neomuna has its own civilization and warriors fighting the good fight in the form of Cloud Striders. From what we know, they don't follow light or darkness, but rather have their own code and principles to prevail against evil. We don't know a ton about them yet, but they are protectors of Neomuna with a unique perspective to the Guardians that could help them turn the tide against Callus and the Witness. While it looks like we potentially have some new help on our side, there's a new enemy type that will leave you shaking in your boots. Tormentors join the war as scythe-wielding monsters that can quickly send you to the revive screen if you're not careful. Destiny has always had tough enemies, but the Tormentors seem to be taking it up to 1,000 with the ability to grab Guardians and deal massive damage to them. Adding more variety and difficulty to the enemy types will surely make for some unforgettable set pieces within Lightfall. With the great additions of new story, enemies, weapons, abilities, subclasses, and locations comes a ton of quality of life additions within Lightfall as well. The biggest quality of life improvement will be loadouts. No longer are you having to spend 5 minutes changing out your gear, aspects, and mods just to change your light class build from Void to Arc. Having the ability to create custom loadouts for each subclass or have PvE versus PvP builds is a game changer for Destiny that I cannot wait to utilize. You get a loadout, you get a loadout, you get a loadout, everybody gets a loadout! Along with the loadouts are changes to how weapon and armor mods are utilized. Starting in Lightfall, players will have access to all of the mods while eliminating the need to equip champion stun mods like Overload, Unstoppable, and Anti-Barrier. What makes this great is how much it's going to open up the gear customization for players now that these slots aren't needed for those champion stuns. I anticipate a lot more variety and personalization for each player's playstyle, which will surely up the fun and engaging factor for our Guardians. The other major quality of life change is the addition of new accolades and achievements for helping out other Guardians. Whether that's running new players through a raid or helping them with a tough dungeon, you'll now get recognized and rewarded for being a helpful player within the Destiny community. At the end of the day, the quality of life changes show that Bungie is listening to their players and bringing changes that the players want and need. With so much new content, untold stories, gripping antagonists, and newly found abilities for the Guardians, there is no better time to hop back into Destiny 2 and experience the war between light and darkness. Destiny 2 Lightfall drops on February 28th with a brand new raid coming a few weeks afterwards. The base game is free to play with a $40 price tag for the Lightfall expansion. Drop a comment and let me know what excites you the most about Destiny 2 Lightfall, and while you're there, if you want to tap like on the video and be so kind to subscribe as well, that would be greatly appreciated. This is Josh Robinson with Joystick Gamer. Thanks again, and stay gaming out there.